Nah, bro's live. Wait, it's actually live? I don't know.
In his career, in 2023, he wins Major 3 in EU. He can't play at the Global Championships there due to visa issues. In 2024, he gets the visa sorted. He can play. His teammate Vanya. And even playing with a Phil Vivid, he gets top 10. He won't be choose the eventual champions to win a game in Peterborough and Poyo. It still wasn't enough. This year, Swizzy finally gets to play with his teammates, and he has two of the best players in the lobby to be playing with in Queasy and Mustache. Uncontested, these guys, they might go the whole way, man. I really believe it.
Yeah, I mean, Swizzy and Mustache, two of the best fraggers for sure in the game. Levin loves to talk about it. Queasy, he considers him to be the GOAT IPL as it currently stands in Fortnite. Second, 11th, second at global events in the past. The win right there.
So many times.
So close for him. Can he pull it off this year?
This really, you would think this has to be his year, right? Like he's come so close. And this year, everything was set up so perfectly for them. We saw the breakdown from Kelly and Minnie at the start of the show. They broke down why things look so good for them on the map. I think a lot of those things will come to fruition today. I hope all goes well for that show, man. I really believe in them.
I love that. Okay, obviously the remaining player of those three is Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual. You know, when we kind of came into this, these three names is kind of like, hey, any one of these trios could go on to win. But then we kind of throw a wrench to it when Peterbot, Cold, Ritual are triple contested, bro. Why are we doing that in globals?
Oh, the triple contest nation. It's a hard hurdle for me as an analyst to kind of jump over and be like, these guys can still do well. And then I look at it, right? Obviously, you have unanimous best player in the world on your trio. But then when you take a step back and you take a look at the individual performances of Cold and Ritual in Major 3, you're like, now hold up a second. Cold obviously always has like the best damage ratio, always is right there with eliminations, damage dealt. We know he's very, very good. Then Ritual at the start of this year was getting a lot of flack. Like Ritual, like, what are you doing? You're holding the trio back. What the heck, man? Takes the entire year, grinds his mechanics. I'm not even kidding. In Major number 3, he was very, very close in comparison to Peterbot in eliminations. Ritual had 25. Peterbot had 33. So the individual skill level of all three just looks so primed up for global.
Yeah, I mean, it is just mental, right? When you have, you know, two players on your team who at any given moment can just be the best player in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you have a very, very good chance of doing well in this competition. But like you highlighted, Zeke, triple contested here at Dystopia. Yep. I mean, even with that being said, I still think a lot of people probably expect these guys to come out on the right side of things more often than not across the 12 games. But ultimately, it's just too chaotic. You've got to think, right? You know, 3 teams landing at 1 POI, it just can't go well.
It's so chaotic, but I can't lie, Levin. I think we're hearing the whispers. I think socials are hearing the whispers as well. It's like, do they have something cooked up? Are they actually going to be landed there?
See that? I mean, people have been suggesting that maybe these guys might cook up some sort of teamy strat where they're landing at a couple different places over the course of the 12 games. If any team could do that and pull it off, it would be them.
Man, this is crazy. You guys have me so unbelievably excited. But it's time. All right, we got to get these players in and ready. So, Leon, give a big warm welcome to your players.
Bro, what is going on, bro?
Leon, give it up for Tayson, Chicho, and Atris. They've got plenty of experience, but will it be enough to take them to the top? Let's get it.
It's Curly, Cooper, and Reed coming out hot of NA. They're now taking their gameplay to the biggest stage of them all. But can they keep up that performance?
Give it up for Tisco, Striker, and Canoe. Representing Brazil, they're here to prove their worth against the rest of the world. Let's see what they've got.
Poland's pride picks Demas. While being up-and-comers throughout the year, they've certainly proved they can shake up EU lobbies, but can they do it on land too?
It's none other than Victor V, Paper, and Epic Whale. Fan favorites of the NA West region, but also heavy hitters in this competition. It is time to lock it in.
Gazzetta, Ray, and Scarpa. The Major 3 qualifiers are now ready to take the fight on the international stage and show them how lethal the region can be.
A few household names of the NA region. It's Kanata, Rapid, and Bolts. This weekend, they'll have to come together to face off against the toughest competitor in the world.
Coming in hot, Steady, Yapko, and Panzer. After switching up ahead of Major 3, these guys displayed instant chemistry making their way to Globals. Now the real test starts.
Malor, Mansour, and Adapter have touched down in France. This Middle Eastern trio is not to be underrated, and they'll make sure to leave their mark on the lobby this weekend.
The Wonders from Down Under, Anon, Alex, and Resigns. After a dominating year on OCE, they're taking the battle to the main stage. Watch out, these guys mean business.
Far from gentle, it's Puyo, Agers, and Acorn. It's been a big year for these guys, and concluding it with the Globals trophy, that's just the icing on the cake.
I cannot believe that this is going to be your first LAN, Curly, but luckily you have some very experienced players with you. Reet, and of course, a former global champion in Cooper. What has this experience been like so far for you?
I mean, playing with the global championship winner has meant a lot to me. I mean, I'm playing with an official winner here. But, it's been a great experience so far. Yeah.
And Cooper, you've chosen to play with these guys. What's so special about this team?
I think Curly has a lot of potential. I think what Mero saw in me, I see in him. So I think he's going to be great in the future, a great prospect. I think he's going to be really good.
And how do you feel about your chances of taking back the crown?
It's not looking great in terms of how I'm predicted, but the same thing happened in Copenhagen and I won, so we'll see how it turns out.
Quickly, very quickly, Reet, we've got to have some more positive words about winning.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we're going to win. I'm excited. I'm excited to go out here and play and do our best, give it a shot.
Bien sûr, let's head to Benji.
Eh oui, Frankie, je suis avec un nouveau trio. Les amis, Lyon, s'il vous plaît, du bruit pour Bolts, Rapid and Kanata! Ooh la 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 la. Canada, how do you feel, man?
I'm feeling amazing. I love France, baby. Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
You're the GOAT that you think you are. Thank you, Canada. You have this experience from big stage like today, but today is different because of huge French atmosphere. Do you think you can handle the pressure?
Pressure's all I need. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to win. Let's go, baby!
Make some noise from Canada! And now, back to you, Frank.
Thank you. I had to find Agers. Acorn, you've been to many of these Fortnite global lands, but how does this one compare so far?
This is like nothing I've ever seen. This is the craziest land ever.
And how do you keep your focus in-game leading these guys when the crowd is so loud?
We're locked in, we're ready to win, and we're going to bring it home for MA.
And you're going to bring it home for America, potentially. Puyo, you could do the back-to-back here in front of so many fans. What would that mean?
I mean, a lot. I mean, I can barely even hear you right now, so, yeah.
Do you have anything to say to the fans?
Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Good luck today, guys. We need to meet some more teams.
It's your boys, King, Phaser, and PH Sin. After tearing up both Brazilian and NA lobbies throughout the year, they're here to wrap up the competition in style.
Say hello to Vortex, Mountain, and Goofy. Making it to Lyon was no easy feat, but these guys are coming in with lots of motivation to win it all.
Put your hands together for Pars, Pump, and Baka. NA West did not stand a chance against these guys this year. The question is if they can keep the same pressure in this lobby.
Better late than never. iJob, Cammy, and Hottie have made it to France. And with Globals on the line, there's no time to waste. They're here to crush the competition competition for real.
The pride of Middle East, Hero, Halad, and FKS, proving their worth throughout the year is tough, but proving it on the global stage is even tougher. It's time to lock in, boys.
Make some noise for Clix, Higgs, and Ianzo! Going home empty-handed just isn't an option, and with the trophy directly in sight, these guys are bringing their A-game.
Get loud from Merv, Wixie, and Fuyuriru. Qualifying for Major 3 was just the start. With their eyes on the prize, they look to take the trophy home.
Mix and Focus and Upwell in the building, everybody! And this trio's talent has brought them so far already. But it's time to go the distance. Let's see what they've got.
Walking in now, Art School and Salco, all the way from NA West with a major win. They're looking to bring their domination all the way to the global stage.
Give it up for Yuma, Koyota, and Brise. After dominating Asia this year, now they're ready to prove that they've got what it takes to win it all at the international level.
Ladies and gentlemen, Furious, Vanya, and Pixie with a strong home crowd behind them today. These guys are destined to go all the way. Pressure has never been higher.
So, obviously, I had to come and keep the seat warm for Vanya Boo Boo, because I know there are a lot of fans here in France who cannot wait to meet this. In front, I know we have some Havoc fans here in Lyon. Dixie, you've been to many of these global lands. How great is it to know you have Havoc fans waiting to see you play?
It's amazing. It's the best ever.
And I know that you're going to put on a show for them. Let's come over here then. Marius, I know that...
It's amazing, bro. It's amazing. It's such a good feeling.
I can imagine. And Vanya. They call you Vanya Boo Boo. You spent a lot of time with the fans. What would you like to say to them here in France? Sometimes actions speak louder than words, which is why I'm going to say, let's head to you, Benji.
Et merci Frankie. Je suis avec un nouveau trio. Ils viennent encore des États-Unis. S'il vous plaît, du bruit pour Higgs, Helzo, and Clix. Wow. Clix, how do you feel, man?
I feel great. This is going to be the one. I'm bringing it home.
Hey, il le dit, il vient pour gagner. Il est chaud, l'atmosphère lui fait pas peur. Il vient pour gagner. C'est top 1 pour rien pour Clix. Clix, we know that you land at Supernova, and I heard that Fredoxy had to train you for the spawn. Tell me more about this stuff.
Yeah, he helped me train. Anybody who lands Supernova, we'll see what happens.
Pour faire simple, en fait, le trio de Clix spawn atterrit dans la ville de Supernova, et il y a un ami à lui, Fredoxy, qui l'a pendant des semaines entraîné gentiment parce qu'ils sont amis, et c'est grâce en partie à Fredoxy qu'aujourd'hui Clix se sent à l'aise, et c'est pour ça qu'il spawn à Supernova. Last question, what's the objective? Only top one or nothing?
It's top one or nothing, and I gotta make sure this crowd is repping the set. XF forever.
Du bruit, s'il vous plaît, pour Higgs, Helzo, and Clix!
I had to grab King from the Brazilian region, also representing Argentina here in Lyon today. I've got Ricardo to translate. King, you're so experienced on land that you won in Brazil and then went to North America because you're taking this so seriously. What did you learn from playing in a different region?
So, você foi para os Estados Unidos para melhorar. Por quê? O que você conseguiu tirar dessa viagem?
A gente foi para a NA porque é uma região muito diferente, muito melhor que a Brasil. Então fomos lá treinar para conseguir dar o máximo.
So they went to North America that has a better quality. So they were able to have better practice, and they show up today the best they can do.
And you and Fraser are an experienced duo. Now, of course, you're playing as a trio. Do you think that trios is your favorite way to play this game?
Para mí, eu prefiro pouco mais duo, mas eu acho que o meu melhor nível é na trio.
So they like to play duo better, but they think that their trio is very strong.
I think you're going to be very strong. Thank you so much for talking to me. Obrigada, guys. Leon, please make some noise if you want to meet some more players. Vector Ring! Walking in now with Shadow Sphinx and Mud. The high-tier lobbies just could not contain them. And now it's time for them to unleash their true potential on the global stage.
The terrors of EU, Flixie, Veto, and Vico, having established themselves among the best of the best, they only lack one thing, a trophy. This weekend,
I'm on 26 ping.
All the way from Asia, Razzle, Raito, and Tay-Tay. It's a long way from home, but the Major 2 champions are here to deliver the performance
What's the
of a
free
lifetime.
kill? Because you suck.
Hold up, it's Pablo, Ferdoxi, and Chino. These guys have been on fire this
I
year.
genuinely
With the
don't know.
Major 3 championship under their belt, they're looking to continue that streak.
Show some love for Ping, Malabuka, and Wax. The venue may as well
I
be
played the
open
OG
this weekend.
Legends
And with
lane.
so much
I played
support
OG.
behind them, these guys are set to head straight to the top.
I played the OG with like the box fights and stuff.
Give it up for Chap Reason and Mr. Savage.
I just played the OG Legends lane.
France this weekend. Let's see them climb to the top of that leaderboard.
Never count out at me because Snowy, Ryu, and Zod are here, and these guys mean business. Plenty of motivation, but now it's time to showcase what the Middle East is all about.
Domination is key for Peter Von Cole.
I'm
focused. For the trio with all eyes on the trophy. They're not playing for second place here. It's all or nothing.
Hold on, it's Cassie, Tika, and Aspect representing the Oshi region this weekend.
I'm killing them at the air, but I'm lag.
More than just their potential.
Make some noise. It's Braves, Vigils, and a Minish. Crushing the competition this
I'm
year.
killing this Patrick Mahomes.
Let's see if they can deliver.
That's a Robin. That's not even Patrick Mahomes. Bro, what is going on, dude?
Causing chaos and
The dude's clipping me on
now
maximum.
they're ready to bring the heat to Leon on the global stage.
Guys, dude tried to clip me while he's lagging. What's Skinner? Skinner.
I've got players from 2 French teams here in Lyon. First of all, from Havoc, we have Flux. I can definitely hear the Havoc fans over here. Thank you, Ox. And over here,
Supposedly.
representing the Gentle Maids, we have Ping and Manabuka.
They're just sweaty. I don't know why or how.
I know it's going to be really hard to hear me right now because the fans really want to show how much they love you. But do you have any words for them?
Guys, keep supporting us. Someone for Gentle Maids will win.
Is that what you think? Get to the Fonse! Will they win today? On your side
I'm
today.
so glad.
One more
Alright,
question.
they need to change
though.
this back to the OG
Do
one.
you think that
His OG
Europe
one was
can
way
face
better.
off and take this trophy home?
Yeah, 100%. Europe is taking this trophy.
Let's head to my favorite European, Benji.
Et je suis avec un
Nah, this is not. This cannot be right
Regardez,
now.
messieurs, dames, avec moi du bruit pour Reza.
That's probably why it's so.
Ça va être time. I remember that you got
Just
your
died.
call at the last major, at the last game, at the last moment, and now
Wait,
you're here
are
on
you
the stage.
on a team with Clicks?
You're great. I'm excited to be here. Bonjour, Leon.
Are you
How
Malchi?
doing?
I can't join your team.
Like you can see, you have a huge, massive fan base here in France. Do you have so many words, maybe in French, for your French guys?
I don't know that much French, but bonjour, je m'appelle Martin, comment tu t'appelles?
But I can't get better either. Like, I always get the same word.
Une légende dans tous les domaines. Avec lui, je sais pas si vous êtes au courant ici, mais il y a quelqu'un dans ce trio qui parle mieux français encore, et même très bien. C'est Chap. Pourquoi? Eh ben parce qu'il vient aussi un peu de France, il est un peu de chez nous, sa maman elle est française.
Bro,
alors
I need to figure out how to change the look.
Chap, est-ce que tu as un mot, ou plusieurs même à dire, un message à transmettre à tous les fans français ici aujourd'hui?
Thank you.
Je suis juste content d'être ici et
I
j'espère
need a
de ramener
pump.
la coupe à la maison.
Guys, make some noise for Mr. Savage, Chap, and Reason!
Clever is good.
And now, back to you, Frank.
Thank you very much, Benji. Now, the Gentlemates fans have been waiting for this moment, I think. Because earlier, on the big screen, when we showed their faces, there was so much noise.
I'll crack it, Reload.
And I know
I need to start
they are
grinding
just
for Unreal this season.
getting
I've gone
warmed
Unreal
up.
every other
So
season.
please, boys, on your
Bro.
feet.
Wait.
Leon, make some noise for Swizzy!
Yeah, I'm getting off. I'm gonna flip this game.
Swizzy,
Oh, it's
I
too
have
late
to
to
come
get
to you
over.
first. You've had a couple of second places
Oh, use
in
his
global
colour.
championships. How do you make it #1 this time?
That's the goal. I mean, second twice, and if I have these fans and the atmosphere, should make it.
And Swizzy, if you hang on a second, what's this? What's this that you went to shake my hand? What's this? Oh, okay, right. Show me how it's done. Hard with a microphone, but I'm managing. Swizzy, it seems like you've already got a. What would you like to say to them as they chant your name?
I didn't care.
Have you any words for the Gentlemates?
Gentle.
Gentlemates! Do you want to have a go, Mercer?
I feel amazing. But I want to hear one thing. No.
Nice. Okay, guys, I think I should probably let you get ready to load onto that battle bus because the teams here on our stage in Lyon are locked and loaded and ready to go.
Guys, I have one word for you. Chill. Okay, the way this audience is going crazy for these players, it's got me so excited. Seeing them now take their seats, interact, getting their thoughts, we're getting close to kicking off the competition. I guess the only question I have for you guys is, who do you think will end in the top 5? You know, I'll start with you, Viv. You got you got some insight. You put together a little list for us. Why don't you talk us through it?
Yeah, I guess that's the big question this weekend. Who is going to perform well? I went ahead. I kept the NA bias going. I've got Acorn, I've got Idris, and I've got Pollo winning the whole thing. I mean, I've talked about it before. I think their situation is just too good. Uncontested all 12 games. If that remains, I think it should be easy for them. The only thing that people might be looking at is with Kanata both kind of sneaking in there, top 5. They just seem so confident. Bolt is playing so well. Kanata's been here before. I think they're going to sneak in.
I like your list. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Kanata's trio. I think they have a really good setup. I think Kanata understands what it means to be on this stage on this occasion. I think they could really surprise some people today.
Okay, all right. What about you, Levin? What's your top 5 looking like?
My top 5 is looking pretty similar, I'd say. Have we got any Gentlemates in the building? Any Gentlemates over here? Because I'm with you, Vivid. I think the team that's going to take it. I think it's going to Gentlemates. I think it's going. Let's take a look at my top 5. Right now, I'm rocking with Acorn, Pollo, and the Ages. I think when you look at how things are set up for them, it just looks too good. It looks too good. Pollo has that experience of winning. I think it's going to carry them. The crowd's going to carry them. I also got Marius Vanya Pixie there. They've had such a strong year in EU. They've had adversity that they've overcome. Swizzy, Queasy, Mustache in there. I think the team that maybe might surprise people in my list, I got Demush, Dark, and Pix. I think these guys have been unbelievable all year over on EU. And they're a very new, inexperienced team. All three of these guys are playing at their first ever LAN right now. And so you might be thinking, Levin, how can you be so confident of these guys? Every time we've put them in a situation where we've gone, you're inexperienced, you shouldn't be able to perform, they over-deliver. And I think they'll do the same here this weekend.
Man, the list looks so good, guys. I am so excited, and we hope that if you were not able to join us here in person, that we hope that these roars from this crowd break through, that you can hear it, and in those moments get excited with us. This is the global championship. After 6 games today, another 6 tomorrow, we will have a trophy, Axe of Champions 3.0. It is crazy to think we are finally here. Are you guys hoping to see anything out of today? Maybe it's just something out of game 1. Maybe you're hoping to see a trio end well. What are you hoping to see today?
You know, Zeke kind of always asks me this question going into like each one of the majors, right? We spent a lot of time on the desk together. And there's really only one thing that I ever want when we jump into a competition like this. I just want good Fortnite. I want to be entertained, and I cannot lie. I don't think that it's even possible for me to not be entertained.
All I ever want is a good moment. That's all I ever want. I think we're going to see plenty of them across the next 12 games, but today I think we're going to see people really make their mark on this lobby. Who's going to come out there and get that first win, man? I mean, that's always the most exciting part, you know, get the jitters out, get that first win out of the way, and then we start rolling. Yeah, dude, again, it's like, you know, obviously there is definitely some players who have experience on LAN, but this crowd just changed everything, and especially, you got to think you have to come in so locked in. If something doesn't go your way and you're eliminated out of spawn, like you said earlier, you just have to sit there and watch everyone else take one step away from you closer to that trophy, right? So how are we going to try and keep mentals under control under these circumstances?
I mean, I've got no idea. How are you going to keep your voices under control, right? The players are kind of walking out. I'm over here trying to scream at them like, yeah, let's go. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I shouldn't do that so much. I don't know. I mean, I feel like even talking to your teammates might be a little hard sometimes, right? Especially when we get into the end game, right? The crowd's going to be popping off at every single one of those eliminations. That keeps happening. It's going to be crazy. There's definitely going to be some stage of adaptability for every single one of our players. I mean, we talk about it all the time, Levin, experience, but you can have experience for this.
And look, Vivid, you're someone who's played on amazing stages in your career, right? And I don't think you ever played in an atmosphere like this one, man. It's intense out here.
No, I definitely haven't. I think this one is going to go down in the history books, and we haven't even jumped into game number 1 yet.
Man, you were talking about game number 1. There it is. The battle bus is ready to go. Once again, the pinnacle of Fortnite. The very best trios will now begin the fight to the top. Who will walk away as a global championship trio? Who will take hold of the Axe of Champions 3.0? And who will take home that unbelievable trophy? The competition starts right here, right now. Once again, Leo, let him know, because the competition starts here.
The time has come. The Fortnite Global Championship Taco all year long. 33 teams from around the major just to get the opportunity here. If it's not for the money, if it's not for the fame, it's to call yourself the best in the world.
It's all about that player pride, Jacob. We know just how much is truly contained amongst so many of these trios competing here today, but starting things off hot already. This is an off-spawn fight that we have been expecting to see, and what I really want to know is the shake-up, the outcome. Prodoxy trying to get that first touchdown. Prodoxy gets the first weapon. Sure enough, Atris on the run, still trying to see if he can score away from this, but Pablo, he's been taken down. Chino's fallen too. It's Tayson with the comeback. Prodoxy trying to see if he can lock it down for his team, but Tayson determined to remove Prodoxy's team, and sure enough, disaster strikes. Prodoxy's trio fully down and out for the count, and Tayson has claimed the area.
Already one of our contested fights 1-0. And do you see this already? They're already not landing at Dystopia City. Everybody was talking about it. They heard the rumors. I kept my ears to the streets all week long to figure out what their game plan was. And scrims leading up to this weren't necessarily netting the best results. And now you see them already over towards Foxy Floodgates. And what this does not only affect Visuals, Braids, and Minish. This also affects Agers, Acorn, and Poyo. This is the team. They typically trade off Surge into the distance. Now they're already disrupting the game plan.
They're not the only ones. Veno, Flixie, Vico, they've got Rise in their sights, completely tackling all opposition here at Canyon Crossing. Rise doing what he can to try and stay alive, but entirely too many players to overcome. Veno breaks right through, and that's going to be the first knock. Another elimination tallied up here for Vico, Veno, and Flixie. Coyota, the sole survivor of this exchange.
And Coyota has pulled out a ton of tricks throughout his career, both online and in global events just like this. But early on in game number one, he's already being forced to play out some of those tricks. He has to disengage, stay alive a little bit longer, and try to have a chance back. But you hear the crowd in the background, Swizzy, Queasy, and Mustache, uncontested at the Hive. And some are looking at this could be one of the best POIs. You get the experience for your OXR rank, the medallion, the mythic weapons, a lot of extra heals at the POI itself, and then the elevation. Kelly and Mini Miner were breaking it down so that way they can start to build that base early and accumulate the Storm Surge, so that way later on in the game they could easily start to rotate around.
And most importantly of all, they're uncontested here at Hive. Whether that stays true throughout the course of this weekend, well, that'll be determined by how things develop, but other teams still caught up in a little bit of battle processing at the start of this match. Dystopia City heating up. Epic Whale, Paper, Victor V, they made it very clear they had zero intentions of ever leaving this POI. So Tete, Raito, Razzle, they're going to have to force some sort of a conclusion to this exchange before the third parties start to trickle in.
Yeah, and it's not just Cold and his trio that are over on this side of the map that they have to watch out for. You see a team at the bottom of your mini-map. They can easily try to rotate towards the north, disrupt what's going on. So that's going to be one of the key aspects to a fight like this, but you're already seeing a flank going around from Peterbot, Cold, and Ritual. They're ready to take advantage no matter what happens here, no matter who comes out on top. It's going to be them, but Tate takes a big shot. Epic Whale, the 6-time FNCS champion, dealing a massive amount of damage.
Tate down to his last little bits of HP, though. Epic Whale, he's going to have to take a moment to also get some relief. Paper, nice supportive fire, and that's a big elimination cleanup onto Tate. But now, Cold, Ritual, they're starting to close in. They're interested in everything that Raito has to offer, and that's going to be the first knock here for Cold. An immediate elimination, but they've already signaled to Epic Whale, Paper, and Victor V that they've got company. Shields are cracked. Peterbot's not letting anybody escape his sights. Peterbot's aim is just notoriously strong, and he is chasing them full on key with those crash pads. He might be able to make it before they can pull up the double revive. He's challenging the wall. Victor V trying to do what he can to defend. Victor V goes in big time though. Peterbot shut down. Cold, Ritual. They don't need this. They don't want this. They're looking to see if they can still clean up the exchange, but without Peterbot, they're going to be forced to temporarily retreat.
This is almost exact. This time, Paper, Epic Whale, and Victor V, they're being the aggressors in some of these situations. They try to disengage. Epic Whale goes down, but Victor V does it again. He was a huge part of them even making it to the global stage, clutch after clutch when his team went down through 4 different drop spots. But now the foot has been turned. Cold and Ritual now need to start to think in and outside of the box. How do we get our IGL back? This is exactly what Victor V did, from the revive to in the box, shutting down Peterbot early.
Just so greedy there by Pete. Victor V doing exactly what he needs to, showcasing what kind of a fragger he is. But Atris, Tayson, gonna spot up trouble here. A couple of splashes, gonna ensure that Chicho is still good to go. But Chicho, he needs an opportunity here for his team, provide a little bit more backup. FKS trying to apply pressure from a separate angle. Odd Hero also looking to see if they can get some good aggressive fire through, but things are just picking up at Rangers Ruin. And Tayson is able to pull things out to a little bit of a standstill now. Chicho, Atris, Tayson, they might not actually have to force this battle.
Yeah, it seems like they're overall kind of prioritizing trying to get as much surge as possible. You see their material count relatively low in comparison to after winning that spawn fight. You'd think they'd try to get as much resources as possible, but they know when it comes to Storm Surge, it's essentially currency. It essentially allows you to freely rotate around the map versus other teams that might have to slowly rotate, sit in their surge bases a little bit longer, and figure out what they're going to do. But you see, they figured it out quick for Cold and Ritual. They already get the reboot back on up, and they're ready to play this one out because they're making way on over to Foxy already.
Still a really big wake-up call, though, for this trio. They've got to be careful. We know just how capable they are at finding eliminations, and they're not the only ones. Poyo chasing down Basil, Angers, and Acorn right behind them. These guys just staying so tight-knit and rolling through this map. They're barely looted up at this point, too, Jacob. It just looks like Surge is all theirs to control.
Yeah, you can kind of see the crash pads, no audio. Razzle didn't even hear or see it coming. And you see there's no knock, straight elimination. So that team, that was the third one from Dystopia City, is down and out. But fight after fight, Arc, I did see it in the feed. He already got one elimination, and I was talking to them a bunch. You know, me being an NA West fan, this was their game plan all along. Contested or not, they're going to push either towards the north or the south. They feel like these teams are easy to fight, and already that confidence continues to build. But Goofy is just trying to slow things down just a little bit, and Monster Shot to take down the shield of Salco. But Arc and School, the IGL and the Fragger, they're still there. They're holding the walls and making sure nobody can get out of this one.
I mean, being honest, Arc's been running it all week long inside of the scrim lobbies, inside of the practice room. He is more than content to take up a box fight with anybody, and especially if he's got his teammates right next to him. You can see the confidence from the NA West boys, but Oshi still doing their best to hold their own despite being down a player. It doesn't seem to be deterring them. They know they can't really leave this area because they're likely to be third party. They've got to just find a way to delay and hope that they have that little bit of a saving grace from another team entering the exchange.
Uh-oh, I see somebody rotating relatively close. They said, hey, where's our invitation? We want to join this party. We want to figure out how we need to approach this situation, and they're lurking all the way underneath. So it's going to be Salco, School, and Arc, the ones that need to watch out just a little bit. Vortex and Goofy, they're just trying to hold their ground as much as possible. But this is the thing, against a team like Arc, School, and Salco, when you try to hold your ground like this, that's for them a sign of weakness. They're going to continue to put that pressure down. If you look at their material as well, they don't need to disengage out of this fight. They can wait as long as they want, because in essence, they're just denying you time, they're denying you opportunity, and denying the chance to get that reboot back.
But it might not be as prime as what it initially appeared. Not with Queasy hovering in the distance. You can see they got a little bit of elevation to work with too. They're bound to take notice of what's going down. Elsewhere across the map though, south of Hive, King, PA Zin, Phaser getting fraggy up against Scarpa and Way. And that's going to be an easy cleanup there for King's team. Feeling really good about that aggressive start.
Now over towards Supernova, and already early on, Taco, you can kind of see where the zone is favoring a little bit towards the north, massively towards the west. So even though Clix, Higgs, and Yamso haven't had to rotate just yet, they can focus on trying to get as much Storm Surge as possible. They run into trouble. There's a speed bump in their plan. That's Reed, Cooper, and Curly, and he was very vocal. Reed was. He said, hey, we understand what's going on around the lobby. We just got to make some things happen. They have 2 early eliminations. That comes with Storm Surge itself, and they're continuing to rotate through so many other teams' loop paths and pathways.
There's also just so much confidence behind Ree, and just teaming with a player that has so much faith in themselves. It's bound to just have that clearly think of themselves in the same way, but it is a huge positive. But every single time this weekend, Jacob, that we see the Gentleman's Malibuca, Ping, floating across the screen here, just waiting to find their reposition opportunity. That soul elimination on Malibuca right now, but tailing just behind Yapko, Panzer, and Seti. This could be disastrous if they don't realize what's coming up behind them.
Yeah, there's no audio visuals that far away, so they're just going to try to get some easy surge. You see the launch pads coming out. That's a huge signal. Seti and Panzer have to kind of second guess if they want to go for it, because Yapko's just getting beam targeted out of the sky. Just one shot left is all they need, but he probably leaves that render distance and figures out a way to survive. Heads up to Seti and to Panzer. They're not only building that to try to fire back on him, but that coincidentally enough shielded their teammate Yapso for him to survive.
They fully protected their trio mate. That's just excellent team play, but pulling back
Baka, Pars, Pump. A little bit tangled up right now north of Supernova Academy. Shad, Snowy, and Ryu, though, arguably in a slightly worse position, but the intention is clear. These two teams very likely to clash here, Jacob. They could both definitely utilize Surge. We know just how high those numbers and that threshold can truly climb.
Yeah, and these are two teams. I think they land relatively close to one another, almost contesting each other even. During some of those practice games, they were actually kind of feeling each other out, fighting it out, but neither team kind of won that scenario, no matter if they won the fight or not. So they're trying to take a slower approach, but that means they're rotating parallel with the zone moving towards the north. Stay toward the dead side of it all and just try to make sure they have the best chances to survive what could be a very, very chaotic Storm Surge if it does deactivate. And that's why you're seeing so many teams taking that proactive approach to try to gain some elevation, some high ground, and even if it means fighting it out on the Surge base.
Hero, he knows Wixie is low. Nobody there to provide a little bit of backup either. That could be the first knock here. Hero with the big opening. FKS going to capitalize immediately, throws that body back into their box space control, and now FKS trying to make the approach from above. Just so aggressive though. Hero's gonna be forced to pull back just a little bit. Too much firepower breaking through, but Buyuriru just not healthy enough. Barely enough HP, and he can't escape from FKS. Asterix even getting a little bit more involved from a distance, and this is part of the problem with trying to take some of these extended box fights. You just got these teams from so far away beaming through your walls.
Yeah, just got yoinked away. But Kanata, Rapid, and Bulge. Kanata's perfection continues in terms of qualifying for every single FN. But I think they come in with a different energy this time around. If you remember a few years ago, contested against Malibu and Thomas at the Global Championship, he just had a different mindset. He's like, I'm contested, it's not gonna go well. This time, he's confident. He says, hey, we're going to win. And the way they've been playing lately, they have as good a chance as anybody at taking that top spot.
A little bit of a sleeper, maybe under the radar team there, but Vanya, Mariez, Pixie, one of our major champion winners in EU, and now looking to see if they can extend their dominance across the globals stage. Vanya, Mariez, Pixie just steadily trying to creep up on the opposition, but thinking twice, recognizing a couple other teams local to their area. They don't want to overextend here, but for Mariez, he's just waiting to see whether or not he can break out these floors from underneath Valor and Mansour, doing a decent job to prevent Vanya, Pixie, and Mariez from an outright collapse.
Yeah, and they're just kind of playing as calculated as they can. We've seen a lot of these fights kind of not necessarily end as smoothly and as cleanly as some of these trios would expect, especially with so many third-party potential there. You know, we saw Atris just kind of yoink that elimination away early on in this game, and now Vanya just trying to target it after. He feels like he has him soloed out, dropped him down a few layers, but he's able to catch himself and not let this pressure get to him too much. But they're in the zone, Taco, and that kind of depletes any opportunity from heal-off later on in the game the longer and longer you stay in this situation. But even if they win this here, they have to be careful. One team in front of them out of zone. You saw Chap, you saw Reason, Mr. Savage. They're towards the north of them, so this is not going to be as dead side or rotate as they think it will.
But the main thing that I'm noticing, Jacob, is that Vanya, Mariez, they're not carrying any white heals. So unless Pixie actually has some to work with, yeah, these guys are going to just have to get out of this position. They can't afford to keep tanking these early storm ticks. It's just not worth it. But on their way out, Valor and Mansour definitely not going to make it easy. Cole, Ritual, Peterbot, they might have just found Flixie and Venno with Vico, but for right now, Rangers Ruin, what seems like it might have been heating up, these guys are actually looking to kind of slow it down.
Yeah, and for, you know, Ritual and his trio, they just kind of have scraps. They got sticks and stones. And look at this on the other side. Multiple minis, big. They don't necessarily have that information on one another. That is a great decision for them to kind of go their separate ways, because I would almost give that one up to Venno and his trio that did fight it out. Continue looking around, Cammy, Hottie Eye drop all the way from the Shining, span bridge. And honestly, even though they're on different teams,